So what happens when you do things with a headache, Josh? You should have listened to me and take the day off. We are well on our way to finishing the exterior of our self-built home. And I just can't wait. Fall is in the air, and so is the struggle to balance both the farm and building tasks that we have no experience in. Wait, is it meant to be cut?
I think so. I hope so. If not, we're doing it anyways.
But we work well under pressure, and learning as we go is how we got here in the first place.
We're just winging it, guys. We'll make it work. Ellie, you ready?
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go! You got it, Ellie? Got it.
It is time for us to get our chicken tractors taken out of storage along the side of our pasture and put into their position to get ready to move down the field. Can you guys grab the trough and the crates?
Yeah, sure.
The chicken tractors are basically just small mobile structures that we keep our chicks in, whether they're laying hens or meat chicks or our turkey poults. It allows us to move the chicks or full-grown chickens from spot to spot on the pasture as we go down. Just provides a nice, more natural life for the birds while at the same time keeping them protected from aerial predators or any other predators that may want to make a meal out of them. Pasture buddies, Lee. What do you think?
Since we use these tractors every season, we do gotta make repairs from time to time. Last year, I actually broke, I don't know if you guys can see it, this little piece of wood right there, putting it away with the tractor. So all I'm gonna do is take a piece of wood, splice it together, go on the back side, add 2 pieces on the bottom, get the water installed, get the feeder going, and this guy's ready to roll.
So these are all layers, they're not meat chicks, and they're only going to be in here for a little bit until they're big enough to mix in with the rest of our laying hens. And at that point, they're going to be free ranging with everybody else. Look at Leon trying to help you. You guys are such a cute team. We have around 50 other chicks that are still in the brooder. They're not ready to come outside yet, but once they're ready to come out, we're gonna divide them up between this tractor and another one.
I love when we get chicks on pasture.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey babe, should I tell everybody the reason why my ear problems are because your high-pitched voice, huh?
That's just why we're match made in heaven, Josh. This is just his way of saying that he feels better.
So we're gonna start working on the beams and getting the rest of those guys installed. Coming out here now and seeing what we did after I feel better. I'm looking around, I noticed that beam right there is in the wrong spot. It's unfortunate. So, I could take them down, but I'm gonna have holes going through the planking, and I also have pen marks behind there too. And so I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna leave that guy the way it is. And I guess we're gonna make them work. We're gonna resituate the beams so they all fit. He's gonna be there, so we're just gonna, I guess, reorganize things. We'll make it work. But the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start by cutting all the tops off all the beams, and then we'll start measuring those individually and get them installed. close enough. So we got our laser up. We're only putting it up one time. We did it so we can establish a control line. So we'll go ahead and put our first set of beams up and we'll measure off of that and work our way out. Since that's gonna be the established control line, we don't have to keep setting up this laser.
With how dark it is out here, you would think that it's almost evening time, but it's not. It's actually quite early.
Yeah.
Storms just make it super dark out. What do we need?
You need that 12-foot ladder. Where's that at, do you know? Where's that at? Is it down in the barn? We haven't used it in such a long time, the 12-footer. I'm gonna definitely need a 12-footer. I think we're about to do it with a 10. I got the top and bottom laid out. I took a top piece with an angle cut on it, put up there and marked the bottom side. And did the same thing on the bottom also. Took a piece of wood, put it up and fit it where it needs to go. Mark that. We're gonna get the measurement in between and add everything up. The reason why we're doing it that way is because for us to make this thing perfect, it needs to finish in the bottom of the lower beam and perfectly at the top of the top beam. So by us pulling a tape measure, it's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a little out of whack. So we just got some coat mock-up pieces. We know the measurements for those. We put them up, we mark it, and then we add everything up in the center. That gives us our measurement perfectly.
Josh got the bottom of the beam cut and now he's just torching up the ends. So we're ready to install this one. Before we actually lock it into place, we're going to go up and try it out in a couple of the different locations on both sides of the porch. You want me right in between these two?
Yeah.
X marks the spot?
X marks the spot. So touching the wood?
Yeah.
That's gonna be then, okay, cool.
Twisted.
So, yeah, it's a little twisted, so that's fine. So he's gonna work, right?
Yeah. That way, if it just so happens to fit beautifully, we can go ahead and cut all of them the same rather than doing it individually.
Because as everybody knows, wood is not straight. So 1/8 inch here, 1/8 inch there could be a big old gap, in my opinion, looking up. So we're gonna make sure it fits perfect. But chances are we probably can measure each one individually and then put it up. Nah, a little too long, huh?
Yeah.
All right, pull it down. That being said, if that's gonna be off like that, I think it's probably pointless. I think we need to measure every single one of them.
Agreed.
All right, let's put this guy up and we'll measure the next one.
We're just trying to get lucky here.
I'm always trying to get lucky. Always trying to get lucky. Put your set up first. Cool. That worked out, girl.
Woo! Get it, Josh.
What do you think?
This video is sponsored by Ancient Nutrition. We chose to partner with Ancient Nutrition because health is a priority for us as we're starting to get older. And you know, Josh did just have his 40th birthday recently. His collagen levels could use a little love and support.
39. I'm 39, Aaron.
Collagen is a supplement that we hear so much about, but honestly, it's hard to know exactly what it will do for you and where to start when purchasing. Ancient Nutrition's new collagen peptides have made it incredibly easy for me to elevate my diet. Personally, adding the vanilla collagen peptide into my oatmeal not only elevates the flavor, but also allows me to get my necessary superfoods in first thing in the morning.
I'm a lot easier. I mix mine directly into the water and I'm ready to go.
They are designed to be easy to absorb and simple to incorporate into our routine, which allows us to get collagen from real food sources for whole body benefits. From our skin, nails, and hair to our joints and gut.
It says it supports hair growth. How about beard growth? Yeah, it's getting a little thicker. What do you think?
Click the link in our description box below to find Ancient Nutrition on Amazon. Now let's get back to the build. So we have a couple of the beams up. We are going to jump to the opposite side and do the beams over there because these last two beams that are going over there are towards the outside of the porch, and it's just going to be a little bit tricky with the rain that we're having getting those done. So we're going to go and do what Josh has already laid out for us on the opposite side of the porch, and then we'll take care of those last.
Good, man. So, got these back few beams done and installed. So now we're gonna work on the ones that go on the horizontal beam. So the horizontal beam at the front is actually gonna come and sit on top of that. So it's gonna be a single cut on this side versus a vertical cut and a horizontal cut on everything else. So it's a little bit different. It's one cut, it's a little bit easier.
Is this necessary, Leon?
Trying to eat the saw a second ago.
For Christmas, I'm buying you a scratching post, Leon. I'm not in all the way.
Yeah, we can't go in. We can't just do all one side and then go my side. We gotta go in a little bit. Give and take relationship. Come on. Yeah.
I don't think you can handle a hammer this big, Josh.
Dude, I I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot, you know?
It fits perfect, doesn't it?
I mean, that was a perfect cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I knew you could do it.
I had my doubts, but it worked out.
Now you just gotta do it one more time. We have one side left, Josh. Come on. Bring it home for me, baby.
I don't know if I have it in me to do it twice.
I think you do. You did it 3 times earlier.
We got 3 kids, right?
2 of the 3 turned out well. One of them was questionable. Sun has officially come out. Look at that.
We really pulled it off, didn't we?
I mean, I would hope that after all that we've built, we'd be able to put up some beams. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science.
You're right.
You struggled a little bit with some of those cuts, but I came in there with the clutch and helped you out, and now, voila, perfection. Tonight, I'm going to teach you how to cook dinner, okay?
That's not true either. Want to clean these windows. I've been telling her no, but I think now is the time because we are done cutting out there.
Look at that.
Looks good, right?
Yeah. You gotta get the big ladder. I couldn't get all the way up that high.
Let everybody know that she's actually on Amazon. She's standing on the ground doing it herself.
You gotta do the rest.
I'll do it. I'm 6'2". I got this, girl.
Seriously, Josh?
Sitting on the street with black and white, it's red underneath. Take the love.
We gotta hurry because that sound like you.
Right. It is. Oh God, this thing shrunk, dude. I'm telling you. Definitely shrunk.
Do you mine on?
No, it shrunk. I think I lost 5 pounds too this past week. It went up a little bit.
Okay.
I think it looks great.
I do too. It turned out perfect. I'm really happy with it. So there are some things that we still need to button up. Obviously, there's we have the gaps to work around the beams up in the center.
Yes.
We have trim and stuff that needs to go on the bottom.
Yes.
There's trim that needs to go along the edges of the windows.
And there is Romex up there behind the planks. We do have we're gonna have lights that are gonna shine up. I'm not sure where exactly we're gonna put the lights, so I get the lights here. I think last video we covered them up. We can actually reach our hands and pull the wire out. So we're gonna eventually pull the wire out, put a box there, and it's gonna come out of the box and hit a light fixture. So
yeah,
keep that in mind.
There's more. I mean, we even the soffit even. We still need to like do our woodwork along there. But we're gonna jump ship on that entire project because it's been raining on and off all day.
Yeah.
It's a muddy mess out there. And as soon as we end up starting any type of like wood project out there,
It needs to be dry.
it's gonna start raining on us again.
Yeah.
So there's just no point. But I'm actually kind of excited about that because that means that we're gonna go ahead and start the railing. And I just can't wait. And if you've been wondering, the reason why we're waiting to this point to do it is because we've used that lift so much.
Yes.
Trying to move that around in here would have been a mess trying to maneuver it
I'm
around.
trying to rip the railing out with that big basket.
Yeah.
So
So now that we're done with the lift inside here, we can go ahead and do that. And that's the same sort of reasoning for why there's no railing on the big deck also. Not because of the lift, but because we had those A's stretched all the way out. So there's things that have to get done before we can move on to other things. So that project is coming as well. But
yes.
for now, we can get this railing up and Chucky can be out here unsupervised, just living the dream on the front porch, you know?
There's always a chance of him falling off.
Josh loves Chuck.
I do. He's very, very old. Very, very, very old. He's an old man. Right?
Yes, a cute old man.
What, in doggy, he's probably 110, I imagine.
He's very old.
Yes.
Yeah, very wise.
The extent of my railing experience is upstairs in the loft. There's two little pieces.
Right.
So
I guess where it's going to get tricky is we're going to have to cut it at some point. And is it meant to be cut?
I think so. I hope so. If not, we're doing it anyways. So we'll see.
So the issue that we're running into right now is that we have all the issues.
To say the least, yes. I think you're right.
We don't know what we're doing. We built the deck before we bought the railing. So like our spacing is off for things, which means we need to cut railing that I don't know whether or not it's like meant to be cut.
I think we probably could cut it and cut them together, I think, with a post. So I guess our issue is our stairs are one step too much than the railing that we have. Here comes Leon. So, say hi, Leon. So, what we're thinking is put a post up top, put a post at the bottom, take a railing, cut it, so there's a post in the middle, and then another railing in between. So 3 posts going down here because we use one whole railing. We have a post up here and a post in the second to last step. So it's
short.
open,
Yeah.
short, so it looks funky.
It's not looking good, is it, Lee?
So there's actually some good news with all of this.
Which is?
The stairs are okay?
Why is that good news?
But that's not the good news. This is the good news. Well, when I was measuring this with that, I was measuring from rail end to rail end, and I was coming about an inch short. Put
No
these,
surprise.
put these guys on, it gives me an extra inch.
Really?
Really. So it should fit perfect. So, it was light at the end of that tunnel.
Christmas came early.
It did. So this is where having an A-frame comes into the effect of nothing but issues when you're trying to do something. Because I have a roof that comes down right down to the deck, and we want to get this guy attached to this post right here and have him come attached to the house. But I think on the very bottom of it, we'll probably have to maybe cut him off and have him float a little bit, but also anchor him down from underneath down to the deck right there to hold the bottom portion from rocking back and forth. Because it's going to tie in up top to the wall, and from here to the post and the bottom to the post, just this one spot right here where that roof comes in. It's going to be a little tricky. So it's going to involve a bandsaw and a little bit of cutting, and hoping we cut it right the first time. Feel good? off right here. Cut him off. Let's see what I got.
The deck's been missing something.
It's the railing, dude.
Yeah, I agree. It was the railing. Looks so good. You ready to call it a night?
I am. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Got some dinner. Love you.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
So did you.
Is that the last one?
What do you say?
Is it too high where it goes against the house?
Something.
You could put level on it?
I think the same thing. Yeah, look at it. There you go.
Is it right?
I don't know. I think it level. I mean, you're talking less than a 32nd of an inch, dude.
I could see it.
Alright.
I'm very detailed.
I saw two down here the way I looked. But maybe.
I don't think so, Josh. I think we're just seeing something that we're not really seeing.
That's what I see right there. That's fixed. No, I'm not gonna mess with it because it's a tight squeeze, you know. So I'm actually I see it now. I do see it.
It's gonna drive you nuts.
Yeah, I'll change it. See, now it's dead nuts.
Look at some ice cream.
You want ice cream?
Yeah.